In the thrilling world of aviation history, the 1950s saw the birth of a legendary fighter aircraft lineage known as Mirage. Fast forward to the 1960s, and the stage was set for the Mirage F1, a fierce and agile fighter with sleek, swept wings. This aircraft quickly gained worldwide recognition, culminating in the production of more than 700 units. The Mirage F1 not only became the flagship aircraft for the French Air Force, but also served as the backbone for the air fleets of countries like Spain, Greece, South Africa, Iraq, Libya, and Ecuador. Recognizing its international appeal, Dassault Corporation introduced the Mirage F1 E variant tailored for exports. This model retained all capabilities of the F1C, but was further enhanced with advanced avionics, enabling more accurate air-to-ground operations and extended firing ranges. The Mirage F1's exceptional performance and capabilities were battle-tested in various global conflicts. It played a significant role in French operations in Chad and Mali, the 1990 Gulf War, Afghanistan, the Paquisha War between Ecuador and Peru, and the Iran-Iraq War, among others. In the early 1950s, Dassault Aviation, a renowned French aircraft manufacturer, began the development of the Mirage series, a family of single-engine fighter aircraft that would leave an indelible mark on aviation history. In 1952, the Mirage family's journey began with the introduction of the Mirage 1. This compact design laid the groundwork for its more formidable successor, the Mirage 2, unveiled in 1954 amidst the concluding days of the French military's engagement in Vietnam, prior to their setback at Dien Bien Phu. By 1956, Dassault Aviation showcased the crowning achievement of the series, the turbojet-powered Mirage 3. This groundbreaking aircraft etched its name in aviation records by becoming the first European combat jet to surpass Mach 2 in horizontal flight in October 1958. In 1961, the French Air Force received its initial delivery of Mirage 3 fighters under the designation Mirage 3C. Gaining traction across Europe, this fighter was soon embraced by several air forces, available in diverse variants. Building on the success of the Mirage 3, Dassault embarked on refining its design, leading to more innovative and distinctive developments. Among the innovations that followed was the Mirage F2 prototype, a more expansive swept-wing evolution of the Mirage 3. Dassault also ventured into the realm of VTOL, vertical takeoff and landing, with the Mirage 3V. Alongside this, the company introduced a compact interceptor, the Mirage F3. Both of these designs piqued the interest of the French Air Force. While the earlier designs were eventually shelved, Dassault pivoted their attention to refining the F3 model and concurrently developed a nimble Mach 2 capable aircraft known as the Mirage F1. This marked the inception of a novel addition to the Mirage lineage, a new chapter in the legacy. The Mirage F1 was envisioned as the heir to the esteemed Mirage 3 and Mirage 5 aircraft. The French Air Force granted Dassault a contract to engineer the Mirage F1 as an all-weather interceptor, intending to succeed the Mirage 3C fleet. The stipulations demanded an aircraft with the prowess for supersonic speeds, the ability to operate from basic, short landing strips, and an approach speed of under 260 kilometers per hour. Further specifications included extended operational range and reduced takeoff and landing distances. After thorough research into optimal combat aircraft velocities, Dassault opted for a swept-wing design for the Mirage F1. The aircraft's design drew parallels with the F2, F3, and Mirage 5, especially in aspects like the wing configuration and tail section. The Mirage F1 was propelled by a Snecma Atar 9K31 jet engine, anticipated to enable the aircraft to achieve speeds of Mach 2. The F1 prototype took to the skies for the first time on December 23, 1966, at Melun-Villaroche, with test pilot René Bigan in the cockpit. Remarkably, by its fourth flight on January 7, 1967, Bigan pushed the aircraft to Mach 2. Even with a reduced wingspan compared to its forebears, the F-1 showcased superior performance, boasting a larger fuel capacity, quicker takeoff capabilities, and enhanced maneuverability. Between 1969 and 1970, 3 aircraft were delivered for testing. Evaluation flights continued until 1971, culminating in the green light for Mirage F1's production. The initial production batch of 85 aircraft received approval in 1973, with the first unit airborne by December of that year. The primary distinction between the prototypes and the mass-produced units was the integration of a slotted leading edge over the outer two-thirds of the wing, optimizing the angle of attack. The adoption of a swept wing led to significant advantages: a halving of the required runway length and a 40% enhancement in combat range. On the inside, the F-1's avionics were cutting edge. The Thomson CSF Cyrano 4 monopulse radar system functioned in 3 distinct modes: ground mapping, terrain avoidance, and air target tracking. As for its primary weaponry, the F-1 was armed with 2 internal 30mm cannons and was equipped with a Matra R530 medium-range air-to-air missile beneath the fuselage. In addition to its primary weaponry, the F-1's secondary arsenal could carry an impressive payload of bombs weighing over 6,350 kilograms in total. Upon rolling out of the assembly lines, these enhanced aircraft were primed for real-world combat scenarios. The Mirage's inaugural combat mission took place in 1984 during Operation Manta. This was the French military's intervention in Chad aimed at countering Libyan forces in the area. 4 Mirages were deployed to offer air cover for Allied Jaguar aircraft. Moreover, these Mirages executed strike missions against pro-Libyan rebels within Chad. By 1986, they were redeployed to target additional Libyan bases and furnish air protection to Allied aircraft. The Mirage F1 further showcased its capabilities during the First Gulf War in 1990 in response to Iraq's annexation of Kuwait. A total of 12 Mirage F1Cs were sent to Qatar, while another 4 Mirage F1s were stationed in Saudi Arabia. In the initial days of the Allied offensive, the French F1s remained grounded to prevent potential confusion with enemy Iraqi Mirage F1s. Post-conflict, F1CRs were dispatched to Turkey in September under Operation Provide Comfort, a mission aimed at safeguarding the Kurdish population from Iraqi hostilities. Fast forward to 2011, Mirage F1CRs were stationed at Solenzara Air Base in Corsica, undertaking reconnaissance missions over Libya during Operation Harmattan. In 2013, the F1CRs played a crucial role in Operation Serval in Mali, supplying vital photographic intelligence for strike missions. As a replacement for the seasoned F1CRs of ER-233, Rafale jets were equipped with a sophisticated reconnaissance pod. The curtain finally fell for the Mirage F1 in the French Air Force, as the last of these fighters was retired from active duty on June 13, 2014, and the remaining operational units were moved to storage. In the late 1970s, amid escalating tensions between Morocco and Algeria, Spain mobilized its F-1 fleet. Concurrently, Morocco prepped its F-1 interceptors, deploying them against the Polisario Front in the Western Sahara from 1979 to 1982. Yet another African nation that acquired French Mirage jets was Libya. These aircraft were active participants in the 2011 Libyan civil war, which culminated in the removal of Gaddafi from power. South Africa, during its Cold War progression, transitioned from Mirage 3s to F-1s. In the course of the border war, these F-1s proved their worth by intercepting and downing Angolan MiG-21s and Mi-8 helicopters. Interestingly, Ecuador stands out as the sole country in the Americas to procure F1s. While Argentina expressed interest in them, their acquisition attempt was thwarted by the United Kingdom due to the prevailing Falklands tensions. The Ecuadorian Mirage fleet saw brief action in both the Paquisha War against Peru and the Cenepa War in 1995. Production of the Mirage F1 came to a halt in 1992 after the successful manufacture and distribution of over 700 units to various European defense forces and other global recipients. Throughout its service life, the Mirage F1 evolved into multiple variants. The F1C served as the foundational model, fine-tuned for all-weather, high-altitude air defense. The Mirage F1CR and F1CT were developed as successors to the Mirage 3s. Meanwhile, the F1A, a daytime variant of the F1C, featured streamlined electronics and an expanded fuel capacity. The South African Air Force showed a keen interest in the F1 during the late 1970s. Responding to demands from Kuwait and the French Air Force, a two-seat iteration known as the F1B was rolled out. In November 2018, Paramount Aerospace Systems, an arm of the Paramount Group, took ownership of the entire Mirage F1 AZ fleet, previously belonging to the South African Air Force. The company then began promoting a cost-effective supersonic fighter solution, encompassing pilot training, maintenance, and operational technical support. Brian Grayling, the CEO of Paramount Aerospace Systems, remarked, "One of the prevailing trends in today's military aviation sector is the heightened use of legacy aircraft for adversary training by air forces. With the recent acquisition of the Mirage F1 aircraft, we're infusing our advanced pilot training programs with an enhanced Top Gun capability. The tightening of purse strings has not only curtailed the acquisition of new military aircraft, but also underscored the significance of cost-effective alternatives. This includes the maintenance, repair, and modernization of current assets, coupled with the corresponding training requisites." Ichikowitz elaborated. On a related note, Draken International, an American firm specializing in adversary air services, inked a deal with Paramount. This collaboration aims to refurbish and maintain Draken's newly purchased Mirage F1M aircraft from the Spanish Air Force, thereby boosting its fleet to over 150 fighter jets. Thank you for tuning in. If you enjoyed our video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more content on French Cold War aircraft. And remember, hit that bell icon so you never miss our latest uploads.